Okay, chat, let's do it. So I think MVP of last playthrough was the Varix, the 4/4 flyer for 4. Super, super strong. I think that card overperformed. Juggernaut did okay. It won us at least one game on its own. But as a whole, the deck was okay, but it went full way. The first pick is very easy. This is Zahid as a 5/6 flyer who sometimes only costs 4 mana. That's pretty fucking good. Other cards of note, I like Triumph. I like Academy Journey Mage. I like Run Amok, but I don't think... I guess my first pick would be Zahid. My second pick would be between Academy Journey Mage and Triumph. And my third pick would be somewhere around Syncopate, Wizard's Retort, or maybe Sergeant at Arms. Maybe Divination. But I'm taking the Zahid. Let's grab him. All right. Wow. Second pick's actually kind of hard. Cloud Reader Sphinx is great. Sarah Angel is great. I think Sarah's a little bit better, but it's better in a different color, where the Sphinx is in our color. I think I'm going to grab Sarah Angel here. I like white-blue just fine. I think a 4/4, the 4 power with the Vigilance is really, really relevant. So I'm going to grab this. It's a little bit stronger than the Sphinx. This is a bit awkward for us. There's no cards in blue or white that are super powerful here. Probably what I'm doing is Rona is speculative. So I'll grab that. Invoke the Divine, Call the Cav, Hummered Explorer. I think I'm totally behind the Call the Cav. I like this. Vigilant creatures are good for racing. 2/2s are good for blocking. Chump blocking. It's just a decent card. I'll take that and be pretty happy about it. Invoke the Divine is a second pick, or a Homerate are both fine. Invoke the Divine's a really good sideboard card, and it's pretty decent even main board. And the Homerate as a 4/4/3/3 is good, but I think I prefer a 4 for 2/2/2s. Arcanist, Snapper, Excavation Elephant. I think the Archivist is quite good. 1/3 who sometimes gets value out of his secondary ability is totally worthwhile. It's just a wall, basically. It's good. Dub, Coldwater Stapper, and Arcane Flight. Not super excited about any of these. I don't want another big dude yet. This is a big dumb dude we can get later. The dub is okay here. I don't really like investing in enchantments when I'm playing non-aggressive decks, so we'll take it, but I'm not excited by it. This is nothing playable for us. Take Soul Salvage in case I splash black and want to go super slow and super greedy. Second Arcanist seems good. The Chronicler's great if I'm going red, but I'm not. The Spider's great if I'm going green, but I'm not. Curator's Ward is garbage. Rescue's garbage. Fungal Infection's okay if I'm going black, but it's not really good as... It's not great, and it's not good in a black splash because you kind of want this early. So I'm taking the Arcanist as a totally happy blocker. There are also Wizards. It does trigger Wizard's Retort. Syncopate versus Wizard's Retort with 2 Wizard count. I don't actually know the answer to that. Also have the 2/2 there, although I'm a little bit less excited about the 2/2. It's between one of the counter spells here. Having double blue open might be an issue, especially if I'm running double white on the Sarah Angel. I think the Sarah was kind of greedy compared to the Cloud Reader. I'm going to take Syncopate. Be okay with that. I'll take the Demonic Vigor over the... I mean, the Poet might come into use somewhere, maybe. Take the Healing Grace, but we're not expecting to play it. I'll take the Homerate Explorer and be totally happy to play it. That's our 3/3 blocker for 4. Second Poet is really pushing it, but I'm never playing Charge, so let's take Second Poet. Demonic Vigor. All right, next pick. Next pack. I'd like to be seeing some of our blue and white removal. We're not seeing any of it. No Gideons, no Blessed Light, no Deep Freeze, and that's kind of an issue. The Dreadshade's amazing, but there's no way we could splash into it. Triumph is okay, but it's better with a little bit of a faster deck. It's okay in this deck right now. It's just not particularly interesting. The Unicorn is kind of mediocre. Opt is a thing. Easy Vicious Offering. We're not in black, man. I mean, if we go pure tricolor, we could be in black, but we have a 2-drop blue and a 2-drop white that are both really relevant that we'd like to hit on 5 and 6. Something to be said about the candle for this deck. It's not a very strong card overall, but it sometimes gets value. It's slow, but this is a slow deck. It activates our Jin. It's a little bit exciting. Does fill that removal hole a little bit. The Triumph is okay. I mean, Triumph has Rona synergy. It has synergy if we want to pull those stupid 1/1s out of our deck. Just the problem is, what are we buffing with it? We're buffing Voldalian Arcanist. Doesn't seem very exciting. It's a good card, though. I like the Candle. I want to activate my Jin on 4. It's hard to pick it over a Triumph, though. Card's good. I'm going to take the Candle. It's kind of close for me. Gideon's Reproach is the easy pick here. Cast Down would be great if we were splashing enough black to be relevant. I'll take the Gideon's Reproach and not be that sad about it. Dub or Trapper or Knight of Benalia. I'll take the Trapper as occasionally useful and a 3/2 body for 3. Unicorn. Sparring Construct. Scryland. Take the Unicorn. Not upset about that. Slows my opponent down. Gives me a little bit of life if it gets a block in. It's kind of nice. Call the Cab number 2 or Knight of Benalia. Call the Cab number 2. Seems like the much better quality card there. We have some 2-drops already. 3 of them. I'm not so desperate that I need a 3/1 on a defensive thing. I think I will take the Adamant Will as a very solid combat trick. It also protects against some removal, which makes it really powerful on our big flyers. Too bad I'm not in black. There's just the bombs keep rolling around in black. And we could pick black cards and go wider, but I think I like the Adamant. I mean, we're only in pack 2. We can go blue, black, white. It's just the mana curve with the Sarah Angel into Zahid first picks is a little bit painful for me. I would prefer to play 2 colors if I can. Let's grab the Adamant Will. This is an easy Trapper. Let's grab it. Filling out our 3s nicely. Relic Runner, Sarah Disciple, or Tolarian Scholar. We have very few early flyers, but I still think it's the Scholar as our last ground creature. Don't want to play Disciple in a non-aggressive deck. What I do for a living, you look pissed off a lot. I stream on Twitch for a living. I interact with chat. Let's take a look at these. I think it's Opt over Wander. I don't want a big dumb ground dude with Trample for 6. Grab Opt. That may or may not see play. This is the only card in our color. We could still potentially hedge for black. I'll run the Befuddle. I don't know when it's going to come into the deck. None of these are getting play. Guess I'll take the uncommon. It's not seeing play. Still not seeing play. Doesn't matter how many you give me. I'm not playing Healing Grace. Maybe it will come in on some decks. Wow. This card wins games, but I don't think I can switch to that color now. This card is also really solid. This is a Journey Mage, I think. Do we have... What's our wizard count? 3. It's probably good enough. 3-color draft is never good. I've not been finding that at all in Dominaria. I've been finding 3-color drafts to be pretty good. Grab the Journey Mage. Could splash Arvid. We're already wanting to splash Rona. It'd be nice to have a couple other cards to pick that up. We have Scholars and Trappers on 3. I don't have to have another Scholar. I think I'll take the Arvid. Second Rona. Doesn't have a lot of synergy with this deck. Our historics are Blood Tallow, the Arvid, and the Zahid. Rona on Rona doesn't do anything. It is a draw engine, but we're already a pretty slow deck. What else are we picking here, though? I don't want a Sorcerer's Wand. guess it's Rona number 2. Okay. Drake's something we absolutely need. We need a 3-drop, and we need a flyer that's before the end of the game. So that's filling a lot of roles that we need fixed. Shield of the Realm. There's nothing else here that's playable for us. I'm not playing 2 ops, and I'm not playing Healing Grace. I could put in Memorial to Folly as one of our black sources. Actually isn't terrible as one of our black sources. I'm not looking to play Rona on curve or Arvid on curve. I just need a black source at a reasonable amount of time. That's interesting. I'm tempted to pick Shield of the Realm. I like the card. And I like the idea of having something for Zahid a little bit faster. But Memorial gives us some recursion without having to play recursive cards. It's slow. We gotta get black mana sources in. This is a hell of a lot better in a swamp. I think I'm gonna Memorial. Oh. Where were you a minute ago? It's the removal spell. We're whacking removal pretty bad in this deck. Haven't drawn any of it, so let's grab our Deep Freeze. Second Candle is not even bad in this deck. Versus in first, Invoke the Divine. What's our card count at right now? We're 1 over. We could not play Opt. Now what else could we cut here? Dub is not particularly appealing in this deck. Rest of this is actually decent. I think I could get a candle in there, second candle. Oh, I need a second black source with Memorial. That's fair. Didn't think about that when I picked that. What was my other option? Shield. Shield might not have made it in there. Shield would probably made it in there over second candle. Yeah, I don't mind Invoke the Divine either. It depends. So our synergies with second candle are Trappers, Ronas, Trapper ×2, Rona ×2, Zahid. All benefit off second candle. Book the Divine is in there for protection versus some of the big enchantments that blow us out, like Bolus Clutches, Artifact Creature, Deep Freeze, things like that. Yeah, it's interesting. We are lacking removal, like pretty badly. For splashing black, white, and blue, we have 1 piece of removal in Deep Freeze and 1 piece in Gideon's. I think I'm going to grab the candle. I don't see a lot in here that I'm excited about. Take the rare. Not in my deck game. I already have a Soul Salvage, right? I'm not playing 2 ever. Take the uncommon. Could the Artificer's Assistant be useful? It could be useful. Let's take that instead. It might be a playable that. Scholar is another body that we might sub in at some point. Elephant with Artifact Recursion. Blessing. Impulse. Evangel. Okay. So currently we're at 40 with the Artificer's Assistant in the deck. The other potential option is to drop Artificer's Assistant and put another Scholar, but we're at 4. Wizard count matters for what? Journey Mage. Artificer's Assistant triggers off candles for a little bit of scry power. That's pretty early. It's a 1/1 flyer that's never going to trade with anything. All other 1/1 flyers in this format basically kill it. I don't think I want that unless I see a strong reason to play it. Could pick up an Elephant as another 5 that has some... It's either just a big dumb dude on the board. It sometimes brings back candles in the mid game. Could play a Befuddle as a combat trick. Try to get some value. It's a pretty shitty combat trick. Could play an Opt. So we're 1 card off where we want to be. Which creature count at right now? 14. I would like another creature. So it's between the scholar and the elephant. It's probably elephant. Deck's a little slow. Let's grab the elephant. Okay. So our goal is to kill them with candles and flyers. Just recur the candles endlessly with Rona plus. I mean, the thing is, Rona is actually not a bad combo with candle. A lot of times with the card you play is just not playable on the turn you cast Rona and then Rona gets removed. It's actually surprisingly efficient to do that. All right, so we want to stall the board. I don't know about double trappers or not. Maybe, I mean, double trappers allow us synergies with that tapping. If we can get air damage in, we might be able to beat them down with the Drake, for example. We'll think about this. We'll decide along the way if we think elephant versus another scholar would be better, or scholar versus trapper would be better. And yeah. Okay. So what are we calling this deck? And we need some more 3 black sources with 1, 2, 3 black cards. Most of the time we're not going to activate Memorial, but sometimes we will. Seems okay to me. 7 blue, 7 white seems really necessary in this deck. We don't have double white or double blue till later, but we do have them both, double blue and double white. I think this is fine. What's our early game look like for colors? A little bit of blue, a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, a little bit of white. We're going to want that. Excitement level 0? Excitement level 2. You know, take candle. That's cute. I like that. All right. What are you guys predicting? 3? 4? I think 4 is optimistic without any removal. All right. Let me just clean some stuff up on the spreadsheet. We can start tracking again. Anyone know how to get a spreadsheet to count up without using the above +1? I just want it to give me numbers all the way down on Google Sheets without, but I don't want it to be like the one above it +1 because I want to be able to move these around without changing the order. I think we're pretty fucked on this, unfortunately. All right. Let's get through this real quick. Feels like it should be something pretty simple to do on a spreadsheet. I've just never had the need to do it before. If chat's got anything. The box in the bottom right of a cell I can drag. Box in the bottom right of a cell I can drag. Did I get a hint what that box looks like or where it is? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Just want it to number down.